So, did some inventory management. Not all of it is done, because I'm still carrying around some of these things. I really should kind of go back and unload them, honestly. But I can just go back quickly, put that in storage, and go back. But let's go ahead and keep exploring. Oh, I cut them off. I'm sorry.
Worthy. Not nearly long enough, I think.
Still have that chip on your shoulder, I see. You still with the Red Iron? It was just a year you were with them, right?
Yes, I'm done with that.
Good for you. Always nice to see someone striking out on their own. I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawk. Don't get dead.
Okay, have that unlocked.
Can we afford?
Another Ferelden street rat? Are you here to waste my time, or do you actually have coin to spend?
I'm sorry I keep cutting them off. They talk right before I'm gonna click on something or somebody. It just keeps happening. I don't mean to cut them off because I want to show off the banter. It just keeps happening.
Greet customers that way, and you'll earn more beatings than coins.
Hey, I'm having a bad week. There are few Fereldens of means in Kirkwall. Forgive me.
Are you an armorer? A weaponsmith?
My stock is varied. What all my wares have in common, however, is quality. Only the best for my distinguished patrons. See for yourself.
Guardsman Aveline.
I saw beggars.
Sebastian! Stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Prince Sebastian Vale.
And Andraste did say, those who harm a house of the Maker have done harm unto the Maker himself.
Sound like she's getting irritated, have to keep saying that. But yeah, do you guys like our new Frostmourne Armada here? And again, Aveline's got the one-handed Frostmourne. You can't see it because of the shield. There, right there, you see it. and Bethany has a Frostmourne staff on her, right there. But of course, I have the two-handed one because we all know that Frostmourne was a two-handed sword that the Lich King could just carry with one hand because of course he could.
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly ineffectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
It means coins flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got paid to guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
Perfect. Like I said, love Varric.
The first of the Maker's children watched across the veil and were jealous of the life they could not much.
Just going around collecting codex entries, which also can give you XP. Or finding random things here for side quests to get you some money.
Please, Maker. Take away.
Parvalen. We'll talk more about the whole
Blessed art
thing with the Kunari later. We have to. Especially when we get to Act 2.
I'm sorry you had to witness that disgraceful scene by the Chanter's Board. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. Sebastian's normally a good lad, but he's had a terrible shock.
Sebastian? Was that his name?
Sebastian Vale. He was affirmed here nearly a decade ago. He had just been invested as a brother when we got the news about his family. I'm afraid he reacted rashly, denied his vows, and left the Chantry. If the Maker wills it, he will return to himself before it's too late.
So he's some kind of priest?
He is an initiate of the faith. As a man, he cannot serve as a mother would, but he has led the chant here many times. Before last week, I would have said he was the most faithful of our true believers.
He said someone murdered his family.
Sebastian is the youngest son of the ruling family of Starkhaven. They were overthrown recently, violently. Sebastian is the only surviving member.
He's royalty.
Prince Sebastian Vale, if he succeeds in his pledge to take back his lands. He made a vow to the Maker to put worldly concerns behind him. It is a sin to forswear himself for a mere title.
I think his family deserves to be avenged.
Sebastian would spend his coin to buy men's lives, the same as those who attacked his family. No matter how justified he feels, that is murder. And when he returns, I will tell him so again.
Yeah, it's no wonder this lady dies by the end of the game. A good chunk of the early portion of this game is you just kind of going around, checking all the different places, trying to get into any of the different...
God, why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights.
Andraste's Christ, have mercy.
Quality armor. The best outside of Orzammar.
Sure. Obviously, we'll be back at the Alien Edge later. Oh. Momentary freeze there. I thought the game was about to crash. Oh, the Hanged Man.
And that's a fact, is it?
Think about it. Why would it start in Ferelden? A dirty backwater full of docks and the occasional sheep. It took decades for the other blights to run their courses. This one? Less than 2 years, don't you see? It never happened. It was all a Ferelden.
Oh my gosh.
I love this place. Don't you love it? Welcome to the Hanged Man.
What's the word on the street?
There's an expedition heading to the deep roads, and every sword and his dog wants in on it.
Any other news?
You hear about the Isle of Redcliffe? Some say Andraste herself reached down and cured him so he could unite the land.
Any other news?
The craziest thing. Apparently, the pigeon population has taken a nosedive in Ferelden. Weird, huh? What kind of sick individual preys on those innocent things?
Oh, miss ya, Shale.
Any other news?
Apparently, the Kunari are just waiting for a ship to take them back to Parvolan. Hope it comes soon.
Any other news?
Apparently, the Kunari are just waiting for a ship to... Anytime.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
How do you plan an expedition into the deep roads without knowing a way in?
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Bartrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
Why would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight Darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time. And if he doesn't know, he might be able to point us to those who do.
We may need to wring it out of him. Wardens can be secretive.
Let's look at our options first. I'd rather not fight a Warden unless we have to. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
Plus 15 rivalry with Varric. Now, I'm not too concerned because there is a mod I found that actually adds sugar cakes, which I can give to them in order to increase their friendship if I want. There's even a recipe if I want to actually craft more myself, though I don't know how easy I'll be able to get the resources to actually craft those, but we'll have to wait and see.
Are you really not afraid of apostates? Not even a little?
Sunshine, I'm a dwarf, in case you missed that detail.
Dwarves aren't completely immune to magic, you know.
No. I meant there are at least 30 people in this town who'd murder my family over trade deals. Who has time to worry about apostates with a merchant's guild breathing down your neck?
In that case, I see.
Your family used to be noble, right?
By some definition of the term.
Do you ever wonder what your life would have been like if you were still nobles?
Sunshine, nobility is just an expensive lifestyle. I've already got one of those.
Nobles have power, too. And responsibilities.
Estates, servants, investments, mercenaries, assassins. We've still got all those things. It's sunnier here, and nobody calls me my lord. I think I can live with that.
You notice how he calls her Sunshine? That's really cute.
Do you know anything about the Mage Underground?
No, not at all. That's what the Templars are doing now. Hey, do you know anything? How about you? Do you know anything?
Not a wise place to linger.
In the market for something special, friend?
Cool with grabbing as many recipes as I can grab.
Watch out by the
The alienage is dirty, crowded, and full of awful...
Fella could make good coin losing things.
These docks are run tighter than the ships we load.
You from the south? Got that wide-eyed look to you.
Lord Harrimont, what do we do with the human?
Stand down. She's not our foe.
What was that about?
Assassins. The boat to Ravane is within sight, but the Carter would see me dead before I get there. How would you like to make some coin?
You must have greatly angered the Carter for them to attack you with so many witnesses around.
My family was murdered one by King Balin, after my uncle failed to claim the throne. Balin's reach is long, and his vengeance a terrible thing to behold.
I've never seen a Dwarven Lord.
You still haven't. If you're looking at him in daylight, he's not a lord anymore.
I'm Renville Harrimont, the last of my house. My family was once revered in Orzammar. Now I'm nothing but a surfacer on the run.
I'll clear the way for you, Harrimont.
Dispatch these ruffians and I'll pay you what I can now. And by the ancestors, I will reward you proper when I am safe. What is your name?
Hawk.
A good name. I will remember it.
The Carter has several groups lying in wait for us. Take the battle to them.
Harrimont spoke to you, didn't he? Whatever reward he offered, we'll offer you more to kill him.
Better be a lot more than he's offering, Dwarf.
The purse will be heavy indeed.
Then Harrimont is a dead man.
Blessed are the peacekeepers.
Oh, you betrayed me.
Waiting on tonight. Back on the way.
That was almost...
King Balin will be most pleased. Here, for your troubles.
Don't trust them.
I'll take the 6 sovereigns. No. A new message.
So, someone dropped off a message for you. It's on the desk.
Not that he didn't do his best to try and read it first.
What? I thought there might be something dangerous in there.
Gamlen.
Take a moment to drop stuff off. Hawk, a dwarf named Anso, contacted the Red Iron looking for contract work. Wish I could take him up on it, but we've pressing business, so I recommended you. The dwarf pays well, so don't be a fool and miss out. Look for Anso in the Low Town Bazaar at night if you're interested. Mirren. Huh. To whomever elects to participate in the charitable deed of assisting the Vale family of Starkhaven, His Most Worthy Highness Prince Sebastian Vale has provided instructions for anyone brave and noble enough to attempt eradication of the rabble who dared attack his family. 3 groups of Flint Company mercenaries have been sighted in the Kirkwall vicinity. One group makes camp not far from the elves of the Sundermount mountain range. The second has been seeking information on the docks after nightfall. The third is far from the main road off the Wounded Coast. They are believed to have a small campsite well past any known landmarks. A princely award awaits whoever finds and defeats all these rogues. May the Maker guide you, Chanter Talitha. Alright. Where have I not gone yet? Let's help Aveline.
There might be some stragglers before the main group. Nothing we can't handle.
I gotta rearrange the abilities on different keybinds. Not a big deal right now. I'll do that off camera. But yeah, this place is big. And when you have to go through here multiple times, it just gets tiresome running at regular speed. So having faster speed just makes getting through this better. Look at Frostmourne, though. Frostmourne hungers. Look, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Once I discovered this mod, I was like, I have to use this. I mean, look at this.
We're close to
This is wonderful.
Be ready.
Targets for the Kirkwall Guard. I'm stuck. Get back. Face me. I stand for all of us.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear. Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for your just reward.
I just realized I went the wrong way.
I'll deal with this.
Messing with us is suicide.
Oh look, more enemies out of nowhere. There's a reason we dubbed this Dragon Age 2 syndrome.
Seems to be unhealthy.
Like, I don't know if this was the first game to do it, but man, it kind of brought attention to it. To the point where we were just like, okay, this is getting silly. I've got to remember to keep resummoning these two. And sometimes I just forget.
Good luck getting in.
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be. There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
You took more than I thought you would.
Why would it matter which guard killed those bandits? It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time? Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
Because he threatened Hawk, too.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
A guard can't handle a few bandits.
I don't like surprises. That route had been clear for weeks. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
Can't any group in this city stand on its own?
We do just fine, thank you. But if our own captain is putting us in danger, I have to check this, Hawk. These men, they're like you. Like family. Brennan said Donick. A good man. Donick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
That stuff does get irritating, hearing that over and over and over. Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day. You keep hearing it over and over. You know? It's like, okay, I get it. Shut up.
Do you ever wish you lived in Orzammar?
That's great ancestors, no. You know what Orzammar is?
Alright, so there are a couple of places here in Hightown that we haven't gotten to or checked out yet.
Every person there thinks he's better than
this over here.
Because his great-great-great-grandfather made a water clock or something.
But they're your people.
Calm at the moment, but even Hightown has its troubles.
I have a good imagination. Why would I waste it on that?
You know what's something else I like about Dragon Age 2, even more so than Origins, is that the effects we have don't visually keep showing up all the time. And once we've killed all the enemies, combat ends and all the effects go away, and it's like, okay, now we can just move on. Because you know how sometimes those abilities and such would just linger on or affect the scenes in Origins? At times, it would just get absolutely silly and absurd. Whereas here, it's like, okay, it's done. And the effect goes away. And it's just something I actually prefer that it's done that way, because then it just looks less silly. You know what I mean?
If I don't find a dress for tonight, I'll be laughed out of curtain.
Oh, the blooming rose. Oh boy.
Interesting place.
Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
I don't care how much that man pays. I am not rubbing Hubert's feet again until he bathes. Disgusting.
I've got your usual ready and waiting for you upstairs.
Many thanks, Madame C.
His usual.
The merchandise is up front.
Ferelden, are you? We are not a charitable organization, Sirrah. If you cannot pay, you will have to take your lonely self elsewhere. Is that clear? 2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
I'm not interested.
Of course you aren't. Poverty had nothing to do with your decision, I'm sure.
I won't mention this to your mother if you don't.
Fetch Mummy a glass of wine, won't you, darling?
Welcome to the Blooming Rose. Personally, I wouldn't say it's blooming precisely.
Get
but
outside,
the name's
you
not
lazy
my
thing.
choice.
You'll ruin my business. What'll it be, Sir Templar?
Mead, please.
Coming right up.
Remember him later.
I'll get your order in a minute.
You promised. My mom wants you.
You were looking for this?
I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
It's a shame that a lot of those side quests are like that, where you find something random, then you go, hey, I found this, and they're like, oh, thank you. And that's it. You know, there's no story to it or anything. It's just, oh, hey. Just an extra little side quest to get money with no actual story to it or anything. But then again, remember, 1 year. As I said before, many of the problems just point to that time crunch issue, and you have your answer as to why. That's why. Looks like we found some of the conspirators.
Being a guardsman seems like a better
Not
life
going to
than being a soldier.
Oh?
My brother was a soldier. It's all about taking land and serving some king you've never met. Guardsmen, they do something real. They protect people. They make their lives better.
I don't know if I agree.
Neither would my brother.
If you guys want me to let you know all the mods I'm using for this, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I can go ahead and include it.
Tell Sabina if her brat gets underfoot again, I'll drop kick him out the door.
come you and Wesley never had children? I mean, sorry if that's too personal.
It's all right. I was a soldier and he was a Templar. We knew that our personal lives would have to wait. Distance never mattered. But we ran out of time. It is what it is.
Now that he's gone, do you ever wish?
That's too personal.
Yeah.
Did you misplace this?
You just stumbled on this? Can't say I'm surprised. Bloody fools.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to the healer, but...
My son's hurt back.
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have to... Rations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you. If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I just want to see your wares.
Look around. We don't often get customers with actual coin to spend. You again. What do you want?
Is there a way I can assist these people?
If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else?
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Where is this healer?
You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
I've been building up to it. I'll talk more about that when we actually get to him. But her comment of, he's a good man, well, he was. But we'll talk more about that later.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches?
We would never turn someone over to the Templars, mistress. Never.
He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows just for using the gifts the Maker gave him.
I wouldn't worry so much about his safety. Worry about yours.
Don't you threaten me. You think we're strangers to violence after the Blight? Any Ferelden in the city would lay down his life for the healer after what he's done for us. Still, I suppose you can seek him out. Anders certainly hasn't turned anyone else away. Look for the lit lantern in Darktown. If you have need enough, Anders will be within.
My wife died yesterday. I'm taking up a collection to...
Hey, we heard you in there, asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
Look, we're Fereldans just trying to keep out of the Templar's sight, same as you.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Make her bless the rule of our Queen Honora.
And the hero of Ferelden. Just saying. Welcome to Darktown.
Get ready!
Let's do this again sometime. In the dark. And that's how we like it.
Sure. Whatever strikes your fancy.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since Mirren hired me for that Red Iron job. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
I fought Darkspawn before.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? The Red Iron's been scarce, and business has been a little slow. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Maybe I should put you to use, Varric.
This is yours.
Have you penned some warnings for the lawless?
You have done a great kindness.
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with it.
Thank you. I get the point.
No!
Just showing off Frostmourne.
Could I suggest that we never come here again?
Mind your manners. This is my territory.
We'll come visit this guy again later. We're not gonna go see this healer
Rather be free down here, I guess.
just yet. Just kind of, you know, doing a bit more exploring. Hello. Oh, that's right. We need to go in here to get to our estate. I cut off Bethany there. I'm sorry. Oh, good. Slavers to kill.
That's enough!
Anytime I can kill slavers, it's a positive thing for the world.
The Amel crest. Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
We'll see to that later, Bethany.
Now.
that bastard gag. That's what you stand after this. I knew I should have slit his throat.
Bianca! Locked and loaded.
Whatever.
Messing with us is suicide.
That should do it. Vault. Everything we want to know about our family is inside. This is it. Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
We'll take it to her right now.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
Gamlin lied to you, Mother. We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
What do you have to say for yourself?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral!
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
You'll spend the rest of your life paying my mother back for what you stole.
Andraste's ass, I will.
I don't expect that, Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
And that scene right there helps tell the story as to why I don't like Gamlin. She is like, okay, I'll just get started. And he's just like, duh, why don't you just give up already? Like, he is so bitter and so just, ugh.
So, what? Are you here to gloat? Gamlen's the idiot again. Gamlen's the fool who can't hold his money when it's given in a bloody silver basket. I tried, you know, when Leandra left. But no one was ever going to live up to her.
I've seen the nobles in this town. Your parents must have had a fortune. Where did it all go?
Well, it's not like I stood at the side of the wharf and hurled it over. I tried to invest it. I got some good tips on trade in Kunari cheeses. And, you know, a man's got needs. I'm not denying I spent more on myself than I should have, but I figured it'd all work out.
Sounds like a someone who doesn't realize they have a gambling addiction problem.
What was she like, as a girl?
We're only a year apart. But that was time enough for Leandra to get our parents wrapped firmly around her little finger. They showed her off at every opportunity. The beauty, the scholar, the light of their lives. As far as they were concerned, they should have stopped there.
Don't make excuses.
I changed their filthy sheets and wiped their chins through 2 bouts of the cholera, and the last word Father said was... Leandra, I'm not looking for love, but at least I got the money.
And here I was, just about to like you.
Your mother's busy writing to the Viscount. If you want more touching family stories, go to her.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
The estate is yours. Why are we still here?
Technically, the house is now property of the Viscount, since its owner died without an heir. If we went there now, we would just be squatters. But if the Viscount acknowledges our rights, we can get back more than the house. We can get back our name.
Oh my gosh, this dialogue option.
I'm glad I never had to meet any of your family.
When I was a girl, your grandmother was the young, beautiful, noble mother all my friends wished they had. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
I'll come back when you're less maudlin.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising and... that was it.
I'm not interested in living in the past.
I'm sorry. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartrand's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I can at least give us a home.
Did I mention that Hawk at times can be really mean in this game?
I've had word from Lothering. They are rebuilding. I don't know if I could ever return to the site of such horrors.
Keep it down, dog.
It's hot.
Noisy dog breath, day in, day out. Make him stop.
That's enough, boy. You showed him who's boss.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlin stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I could never turn against my own sister like that.
So, not to take away from that moment, but that one scene has always bothered me when it comes to the models, because did you see her hand in that shot when she put it on her face? You can get a really good close-up shot of her hand. Oh my gosh! Her hand looks like it's skin and bones. Just, ugh. I actually saw a mod that tried to improve the hands. I enabled it. I guess it didn't really help that much, but ugh. Some of the stuff with the models, like the hands, just freak me out. It's one of those things that just bothers me, but then again, remember, 1 year. Just gonna keep bringing that up, just to hammer that point in, you know.
You're a better person than Gamlin could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I wish they had lived long enough to see us come home.
Home. That's what it is, isn't it? I like saying that. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
What do you think Carver would have made of all this?
He would have hated this place. All the sneering nobles. He'd have gotten himself arrested the first day. And he would have wanted in on your Deep Roads expedition. Anything to make a name for himself. Sometimes I still can't believe he's gone.
Why did Mother and Father work so hard to keep you from the Circle? Would it have been so bad?
I guess at first, I was just a little girl. They didn't want to lose me. And once I had learned anything, what would the Templars do to an active apostate, not just a mage's blood child? It changed their lives, your life, Carver's, all because of who I am. Sometimes I wonder if it would have been so bad to be with my own kind, to serve the Chantry as Andraste demands.
Are you unhappy here?
I wish I could do more for Mother. Carver's death, it's killing her slowly every day. But maybe if we can reclaim some of what she lost, it will help. I'd do anything to get us back a normal life.
Can you imagine if we'd grown up here? Been nobility?
Had grandparents who bought us Orlesian silk dresses with lace petticoats. Father was a good man, but Mother gave up so much for him. Of course, if she hadn't worked up the nerve to elope, she probably wouldn't have been able to resist the Templars either. If we'd been born here, you'd be nothing more to me than a name the Circle kept in my file.
We're going to make this our home, Bethany. I promise you.
I hope so, sister. I'm so very tired of running.
I don't care much about old family stuff. But I thought you might want this.
Where did you get that? Was it at the estate? Let me see. Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
She was much happier with Father.
I know she loved Father. I guess I just wondered if she'd have been happier if he hadn't been a mage. If I wasn't a mage. I know that made it hard for Mother. It's nice to have a reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
So yeah, that's one of the main things with Bethany's character and her story, is her feeling that things would have been better off if she had never been a mage. But because she was born with this, she couldn't help it. Sometimes she wonders if it would have been better if she had never been born. You know? Because she kind of holds that just as a part of the problem of what their family had to deal with. The fact that not only was her father a mage, but she was born a mage. Obviously, this is a little different if you choose to have Hawk also be a mage, even though she's not here, because if you play a mage, Carver's here instead, and then you have a different conversation. If you want to see what that conversation was like, again, head on over to my original run of this game, where I played male Hawk as a mage, and we got to have Carver's story, whereas now we get to see Bethany's story. So, we're pushing an hour here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. When we come back, obviously there's quite a bit of this side content stuff here. There's some companion stuff here. I think we can help out, because I want to hold off on going to meet this healer. There's also these rumors and stuff that are going around here. But we'll hold off on seeing that healer. So I think what we'll do next is we will help out Aveline, and then we'll go meet this Ansel to see, I don't know, if we can help out with that. No particular reason or anything, just saying. Stay tuned.